guys, welcome back to Careers Bistro. My name is Monique Adams, and as you can see, we're in the car again. This is the car segment where we conduct an interview. Today my guest is Dr Emvula, who is a gynecologist. Hi doctor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay, sanitize first.
First things.
Yes.
Sanitize.
Clean hands.
And we keep distance.
Exactly, and then we buckle up because safety first. So doctor, we're here at your offices. Can you just tell us, the viewers, they obviously can't see where we're at. We're at Lady Pohamba at your office, your practice.
Yes.
Okay, so can you tell us, a brief background of yourself, who Dr. Emvula really is, where he grew up, where he studied, all those things.
Yes, yeah, as you just highlighted or mentioned, I'm Dr. Emvula. And yeah, I was born at a village known as Wanaheda, about 10 kilometers from Okahao, that is in Omsati region up north.
Okay.
And yeah, I basically completed my primary school there, and subsequently I did my high school here in Windhoek at Yala Duplessis High School. And then subsequently I did a 2 years basic training. Those years we didn't have a university that to train medicine in Namibia back then. Okay. So I did a 2 years bridge course. We used to be known as pre-medical training. And I got an opportunity to study medicine at the University of Pretoria, which I completed in 2011. Subsequently did my internship at Witbank Hospital in Mpumalanga in South Africa, and I briefly came back home to work here at Katutura. And then subsequently I decided to go back to University of Pretoria again to specialize in obstetrics and gynecology, which I basically completed at the end of last year.
Wow. So doctor, you studied in South Africa. So why come back to Namibia? Why was it important for you, after you studied, come back to Namibia and, set the roots here?
Yeah, no, basically, obviously we know home will always be home. Yes. And having been away from home, you miss your family, you want to be closer to your family. And also we know that if we look at Namibia as a whole, there is a dire need for specialized healthcare services. And I really feel like I need to come back home and also contribute to the quality of the healthcare services that we provide here in Namibia. And fortunately, I'm also part of the University of Namibia Medical School, and also to contribute to the training of the future generation of doctors for our country. Wow. So basically, all this, I felt it is necessary to come back and basically proud back
to the future.
As well, and to the country. Yes.
Amazing stuff. But why specialize in gynecology? I'm just I know we're in the 21st century, men are also in the industry, but it still shocks you when you're like, okay, I'm going to my gynecologist. Oh, who is she? No, it's a he actually. So why gynecologist?
I know, I get that question almost on regular basis.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that the reality is that people tend to think that when we specialize, they probably don't understand the main background about obstetrics and gynecology. It's one of those specialities that is basically key to the basically national. If you look at the countries, even to rate the country whether it's developed or non-developed, we look at what we call the infant mortality rates. Basically, those are one of those basic that we look at. Basically, that measures the number of babies that die around deliveries, and those are the services that we offer. But really, on why I really chose that road is it's a specialty that is close to my heart. And basically, I wouldn't say that when I grew up I knew I would be a gynecologist one day, but obviously as part of medical training you rotate in different departments. So you basically go from one department to another as part of the training. And also internship, basically that's what all about internship, so that you get exposure to different departments.
And then at the end of your internship,
basically at the end of internship you become now a general practitioner, basically that you have at least a knowledge of all the other basic specialities. But then why now I decided to do this is because during those those school back then, undergraduate, and also during internship, I realized that this is probably the department that appealed to me more. I found it very interesting. For instance, doing scanning is one of those things that I enjoy most. How do you really know that this baby is a boy? I never really understood.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know more.
Yeah.
Also it also offers you, I also like surgery. This is also one of those specialties that offers you basically a component of what you call basically medicine, which basically entails those general sicknesses and also a little bit of surgical component. So it really appealed to me more, and that's why I also really wanted to do this, and I felt that this is something that I can do on a regular basis, because you want to do something that you really enjoy. Not just to do something when you go to work and you wake up.
And you get a salary and it's done.
Exactly. And yeah, like I said, it's also a topic that is really crucial to the country's development, because it's measured on the quality of the care that you provide to the women, and to find out how many of those babies that we deliver actually survive.
And for people that want to start a family.
Exactly. So it is one of those interesting specialities, and if you look at it as well, in terms of training and workload, is also one of those busiest departments compared to all the other medical departments. But it's what it is, and I really enjoyed that adrenaline rush.
So you can think on your feet real quick.
Exactly. So
we're basically interviewing a hero, guys. Basically. So like you mentioned, it's really tight schedules, long working hours, but the time doctor gets, off time, that little time you get, to spend time with yourself or your family, what exactly is it that you do when you have that free time?
Obviously I spend time with my family when I'm not at work, and I also enjoy watching soccer and playing soccer socially. And one of my favorites is actually do cycling, and I try to do cycling at least once a week. Obviously, most of the weekends I always try to fit it in early mornings of either Sunday or Saturday. And I try, I do road cycling.
Interesting. So, what has been in your journey so far? What has been a challenge that challenged you, and how you overcome that challenge? If you can just, tell us about that.
So obviously, probably I would say the most challenging thing is that I found is that, especially when you're young. I remember when I decided that time to go back to school, it was quite challenging. There is many temptations. For instance, I remember I was really contemplating whether should I go to school, should I just go to private and start working. But at that time I just got married. Then I had to leave my young family here. So it was really quite one of those difficult decisions and very tempting. And I think looking back, I probably made one of the best decisions to then just go back to school at that time then. And I really feel very happy that I managed to basically complete this program.
Interesting. So doctor, for anyone that wants to get into the medical field and read your story and is watching this interview, what word of advice would you give that individual now?
Firstly, I think the most important thing is that it will be very important just to know what basically entails to be a doctor, because I remember there were a few colleagues that we had first year, and then they got a shock when it was the first year or second year, when you need to do, for instance, what you call anatomy, where basically we learn anatomy, we need to do cadaver dissection, and some of the colleagues actually couldn't handle that. So it's very important to just get a brief understanding of what the medical field is and what is expected of what you probably need to do on a daily basis before you basically decide. And then once you basically make that choice and you really feel like that is something that you want to do, then you're good to go. And then you just it is a lot of hard work and dedication. But if you really it's what you want to do, I would say that you must go for it. And please, we need a lot of more doctors. If you look at the country, you go to the rural areas, we do not have doctors. And we really need to train more. And I believe that with the government has been trying their best to basically work on that, and it's really, and I think it is a very good career, and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, if you have a passion for it
Yes,
and you
yes.
work hard, anything is possible.
No, definitely, yes.
Well, doctor, we're back here at your practice. Did you enjoy it? Any reviews?
No, I did. I did. It was a nice ride.
So
and,
it's a
thank you
5-star.
very much. Yes, very much indeed. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you for joining us. Well, guys, that was Dr. Emvula, a gynecologist. I hope you guys found it very informative. But stay tuned as we take a trip to Xwama. Don't go nowhere.
Hi, welcome to the heart of Katatura at Xwama. So let me show you around our venue. So right over here we have our reception area where we do our reservations and attend clients and guests. We also have several products on display. So as you can see around, not much that happens in here, but let me take you to the other side as well. So this area we have the takeaway where clients, when they don't want to sit, they come here, they look for their food and something to drink, and then they take that away. And this is where most of the food or the magic happens. So once you come here, you place your order, it comes straight to you to the side of the restaurant. So this is the lower restaurant, which is called King Mandume Fire. So as you can see, we kept it traditional as possible with the sand and the whole decoration, as well as we have here a place called Olupale or Shoto, which in back home is actually considered where the adults sit, and they have a bonfire. Unfortunately, we can't do that inside. So it's just to say it's a warm welcoming when you get your food and drinks served. The lady bows down on her knees, she gives their drink or the food. These are customs that we still follow in the north, but once you come here, we'll surely give you an experience as well. If you come with me this side, we have we have an exercise. Right here, and this is, as you can see, it's quite different from the previous one downstairs. And actually here we also host our events. For example, if you have a private function that you want to enjoy, you can book the area. And yes, so the venue up here actually takes up to 50 to 80 people. So that's the amount that it takes up here. Downstairs takes about 40. As well, if you don't want to be seen out in the public, we also do have a private area, which is the VIP lounge. Right here, Achievers is a table of 10 to 15 that can sit here, enjoy sports or news. So yes, we have you all covered. And least but not least, let me show you this other side, we have here. So this is the last part of our building, the last but not least. So what we have here is our bathroom, the upper bathroom, and then we also have a conference facility, and this takes up to 50 to 55 people, and you can come host your workshops, your team building sessions, meetings. We also do cater for that, and we also give presents breakfast, lunch, or dinner, depending on what the client wants, to make sure we meet their needs. So this way, the last thing I need to show you. So it's another exercise. This is our for males and females from this side. And then right there where you see the other lady going on is the kitchen, and that's where the magic happens. So the last area is right here. You can see this beautiful big parking space. This is where we have our events, our car boot sale, which is coming up right after winter, and that will be the last weekend of September. So what we have here is we usually have all kinds of street vendors want to showcase their products, talents, or anything. So we allow them to come and they sell items from their booth. And yes, as well as private functions, if they want to have a corporate event or so, we put up a tent. We make sure we use the whole parking space, and it's welcome to the public and corporate. So yes, this is just a little bit inside of Xwama, where culture meets, when food meets culture. So, yes, thank you.